Hi, I'm Melissa from SoGoSurvey, and I'm here today to talk to you about tabs. You know, all those little tabs open across the top of your browser when you're navigating through the day. The question is, do they multiply productivity or reduce focus? Quick, before we get started, how many tabs do you have open right now in this browser? And in other browser windows too? Once you've got your total, think about this. Does your total number of tabs show something about who you are and what you're trying to accomplish? Or is that a little too much? Well, let's go with the idea that it makes a difference and it has an impact, and let's analyze who you are based on your tab count. If you have too many tabs, you notice this is not a number. It's very clear to anyone who approaches you. If they can't even see the tabs that are across the top of your screen and you have trouble navigating between them, let's call that too many. It means you've got a lot going on, no time to look back. It's hard to reflect, things are happening, you've got to keep up. There's no space to catch your breath. You may often miss things that are going by slightly in the past, slightly in the future, or just all around you. We call this person a juggler. Just a few tabs. The ideal situation here is that you're keeping your balance, you're able to get back and forth between the past, the present, maybe the future as you sort of navigate further. So we'll call this person a navigator. You can easily find your direction based on where you need to go next. One tab? Really? Is it just this one? I'd love to believe you. So if we say that you just have one tab, it means that you're very focused on your topic at hand, knowing that the present is all that matters. The past is gone, the future hasn't yet arrived. It's a very philosophical place to be, of course, so we'll call this a Zen master. Really? One tab? So the question is, what do we do with all of these tabs? Very often it doesn't necessarily take the form of tabs. It could be piles of paper that you have on your desk when you come in, do now lists that you have on whiteboards or post-it notes all around you. There's a lot of clutter that piles up because we have a lot of things to do. We're all very busy people, of course, too. And, whether that's in our lives, in our work, in our surveys, all of that clutter does have an impact. So the focus is really on focus here. Juggling is great. It's a good skill. It's mostly for entertainment purposes, though, of course, right? And so focus benefits from a few items at a time. Breathe, prioritize, and plan. Those are the three takeaways here. Not to get into anything too heavy or philosophical here too, but definitely just taking a breath sometimes allows you to step back, to pause, to focus. What's most important? It's very easy to lose sight of focus in all of the things that we need to do, and making a plan to accomplish those things allows us to relax a little bit into knowing that we can get this done one step at a time. In terms of surveys, this is a really hard lesson to learn sometimes because we often work with a lot of clients who want lots of answers. And no kidding, of course, when you're reaching out to that ideal audience, your chosen experts, as we've talked about before, there are a lot of things that you'd like to find out. But it's really important to identify what are those priorities. So knowing that you can have the need to know items up front, maybe some nice to know, maybe a few nice to know items, but too many more extra items and you start to get that clutter again. So it's really hard to focus. And we also know, of course, fewer questions is better focus, and fewer questions also means a lower response rate too. So again, same thing with the tabs, being able to make a plan, focus on what's most important and prioritize those items. Focus is a really big deal. It can seem a little bit overwhelming to say, okay, I'm going to get this all together. I'm going to do one thing at a time. I'm going to focus on my priorities. It's a huge deal, though, in terms of your personal productivity. Sleep better at night, of course, when you don't feel like you have that to-do list hanging over you. And also your surveys benefit from the same thing. So starting small, count your tabs, figure out where you need to go, take a breath, and head in the right direction. Thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again soon. In the meantime, you can connect with us on social media and across the internet at SoGoSurvey, or visit our website, SoGoSurvey.com. See you next time.